I'm on my way, far from home, to where I can have Christmas my way. I'm on my way out, so I can have Christmas in space.
Hello and welcome to Going Over Our Fred's Christmas in Space. This one was exceptionally a failure because we had multiple shots of the sun, but no actual space. Anyway, I'm Kennedy as always, and with me is.
Meredith.
And what movie did we watch, Meredith?
Solar flare, or perhaps solar destruction? Who
It's
knows?
it's a true Fred Olin Ray joint when the title card does not match the title card on the watch screen, you know. I picked this movie
Hmm.
because I saw a poster and some descriptions and I think a trailer for this movie that had it fall under the banner of everyday gay heroes.
Really?
And I was like, oh, well, I know he made, yeah, Fred Olin Ray made like a vampire show for Here, exclamation points, the poor man's logo cable network.
Hmm.
And I was like, well, we watch so much softcore straight porn stuff. Let's see, we'll watch something gay.
Okay.
And then I watched this movie. I kept on waiting for something to happen, but there is no romance in this movie at
No.
all. There are two bits that I think fall under gay, and I did see under the IMDb, I think had this movie listed as like 94 minutes when
Hmm.
it's like really like 88 minutes long,
Hmm.
if that. So maybe there was some gay stuff cut out. I'm not really sure.
It does seem like the mom was sort of flirting with the
Yeah,
scientist.
yeah, that's like our big payoff. Me waiting the entire movie was the mom in this movie hitting on the lady scientist at the end, saying like, "Hey, do you like Italian food? Maybe we should get Italian food sometime." That
It
doesn't. It doesn't even
doesn't
imply
rise to the level of
date.
romance, right?
And there was a gay looking couple watching TV at the end of the movie when we were cutting to different crowds of people. That was all I could find. I
And that's a
kept
reach, yeah.
yeah. Anyway, let's get started. How does this movie start?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is a 2008 film. So we're heavy on the more accessible computer graphics of the time, and boy, is it of the time.
Yeah, we really have some Sharknado style effects in this
We
movie.
sure do. So we open on an image of the sun and a solar flare exploding towards the camera. So like very 3D, like blah, solar flare.
Man, I can't believe they went into space to get that shot.
It's very timely because we've been experiencing a period of heavy solar activity here on Earth in the year of what year is this? 2025. We are recording.
2025.
So I was like, "Oh, okay, neat, timely, great." But then we cut back to Earth and we're on a commuter train, sort of like Amtrak-y kind of situation. We
Oh,
learn
right.
this scene is not necessary, but we get so much detail.
Yeah, so a guy who was from the Alien Nation TV shows playing a senator, and he gives a full on, "Hey sharks, did you know that railways are a $12 billion a year industry?" And he's just like talking about railroads
Yeah.
forever.
And,
Then
and lying about them too, saying like our nation has the greatest railroad infrastructure. Well, that's a lie.
it's well, it's the greatest because, it's not run by the government and private corporations can still rip you off. And we're going to keep it that way, which actually kind of fits into the like hackneyed themes of the movie of like, man, corporations sure suck, right? Which I know, yeah. We're going to hit back on that. So it's kind of connected thematically and it does
Yes.
kind of it sets up that solar flares can do anything in this movie, including change the rail line of the train because the
Right.
train it goes barreling into Union Station,
Exactly.
which I
So
didn't even know that California had a Union Station, but okay, sure.
it was a very generic Union Station.
Yeah.
I thought that this was on the East Coast and then we went to California, but it really doesn't matter. The name of the thing that changes that puts the train on the wrong track is called a railroad switch.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
solar flare caused the railroad switch to activate and put the train on the wrong track.
Stay
Everybody
away.
died. Nobody
Stay.
cares.
Okay, but hold on.
Yeah.
You missed. We've got very important scenes with our returning friend Richard Gabay, who is in half the movies we watched. He's almost at Ted Monty levels.
Was he
He's
in The Dispatch,
he
the
was the
train
dispatch
dispatch?
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's best known as a guy who doesn't really want to do all this nonsense as a terrorist in Assault on VA-33.
Nice. Yeah.
And he is like talking to everybody. He's like, "Oh, what's going on? They're going barreling to Union Station." And then another guy walks back to him and he says, "Hey, this train that switched tracks, it's heading in way too fast towards Union Station." And
Mhm.
the guy he's talking to says, "What does that mean in a nutshell?" And like, what do you
Uh,
mean?
that is
And
a
then
nutshell.
and then he repeats it again, but saying like, "It's gonna crash." Like, yeah, okay.
Does this bring up a question that we need to explore, which is Fred Olen Ray psychic? Because this movie, which came out in 2008, was before the great famous Blue Line crash into O'Hare Station, which
The blue
happened in
line?
2014. Do you remember that?
I don't remember the blue line crashing into Union
Oh,
into
it
the
really, it
O'Hare.
super did. So northbound O'Hare train, I guess the conductor fell asleep. I think that's
Whoa.
right. And they went full speed into O'Hare Station, and so it jumped the tracks and went up. It like landed kind of like on top of the escalators
Oh
going into the
Jesus.
airport. Yeah, look up pictures. It is
That's
astonishing.
that's wild. The only one I remember is when the plane in Midway had to land on
Hmm.
the road because I worked with a lot of Latinos who live
Hmm.
in that neighborhood, and he's
Hmm.
like, "Yep, plane was on my front lawn." Like,
I grew up in that neighborhood. There was
yeah.
one time there was a plane crash of a small plane, like a just a pilot and a passenger could fit in it, and they crashed into a house. And one of my earliest memories is so there's 10 years between my brother and I, and my mom evidently wanted us out of the house, and so she told my brother to take me to go see the plane crash.
Oh jeez.
Midway, yeah, good times.
Good
Okay,
times. Good
so
times.
Union Station train crash. The
In a full-on Sharknado style destructive computer generated
Exactly.
crash. Yeah.
And so it looked pretty good
For the time, yeah. I
for
don't
the
think
time, for the time. And then everybody on the train dies. So like all the people we met, it doesn't
it,
matter.
so long, Senator Alienation. You had a good run.
So we cut to the next morning. Now we're in California. We meet our protagonist, 15-year-old Killjoy Riley.
Yeah, who clearly closer to 19 years old, but he's got
Sure.
a Justin Bieber haircut, so he's 15 then. I would like to note that he is listening to the radio like
Mhm.
all children do, and
Mhm.
it's got like a full-on 1940s style exposition of what just happened in the previous scene.
Yes, it
It's
does.
like, boy, there was a tragedy there in Union Station as the train came barreling in.
More inexplicably, they make the connection to the solar flare.
They're very, very smart.
So
Everybody in this
smart.
movie.
So this piques Riley's interest. He's got a report on solar flares handwritten.
And it's done in one of those fifth grade book report
The little binders with the like the clear
with
plastic
the clear
cover.
front, yeah, whatever you call
Yeah.
those ones.
Yeah.
The
Do kids use those today? Do kids write by hand today?
I don't know.
It's all like computers. Everybody gets issued a laptop since COVID.
As our great president said, everything's computer.
Okay, so now we know like Riley is super interested in solar flares. Now we meet his mom, who is much too young.
She is 20 years older than him. It works out fine, and she has a whole line about being a teenage mom.
Yeah.
So this is perfectly cromulent, even
Hmm.
though they kind of look about the same age. Chris Brochu is Riley, and you really probably don't recognize him from anything. He's
I
one of
do
those
not.
guys that pops up pretty much once a year in an hour-long show. He was on like two episodes of Shameless and Dynasty and The Magicians and stuff like that, Not even like super popular shows, usually
Yeah.
like, a Showtime show or a CW show or something like that. And then the mom, what's the mom's name? It's
Jamie.
Jamie. You could have pointed a gun to my head. I could have told you her name was Jamie. That's an actress named Michelle Clooney. And she is pretty much the same, except she had a bit of a run on the Showtime show. Again, Queer as Folk. She
Okay.
was on a bunch of episodes of that back in like 2000 to 2005. So I never
The
watched it. So, like, both of these people are complete unknowns to me. So.
same. I don't have cable. And the only CW show I think I've ever really seen is Supernatural, which, to be fair, a lot of people were guest stars on Supernatural. It's like
I
one of
mean,
the new
it
Perry
was on
Masons.
it was on 400 episodes. It ran for forever. But yeah, this lady was on 83 episodes of Queer as Folk. And
Wow.
then everything else is like an episode of House, an episode of The Closer, an episode of
Mhm.
CSI, an episode of The Mentalist, an episode of Lie to Me. All these shows you forgot existed.
Yeah.
Detroit 187. Uh,
Law and Order Toronto.
there should be a Law and Order Toronto.
There is a Law and Order Toronto.
What?
Yes, it's new.
Oh my God. I was
We have
like,
to stop talking about it. It's not an ad. Not an ad.
he stole my maple syrup, eh? That guy's such a hoser.
I haven't seen an episode, but the ads I've seen for it are just like serious crimes that no Canadian would ever commit.
Your Honor, I don't know what that guy's talking about.
Okay, but back to Jamie and Riley.
Yeah, Jamie and
Jamie's
Riley.
wearing like a very 2008 top that is inappropriate until you realize she works in a strip club as the
Uh,
bouncer.
as the
Twist.
bouncer, that's the twist. Yeah, a drunk guy hits on her. And even though this man is 3 times her size, she beats the
Mhm.
shit out of him. A completely unrealistic way, but okay, sure, it's a movie. Great.
He could crush her without trying, even being totally drunk.
This is how TV and movies work. The only show that I remember honestly that
Yeah.
kind of acknowledges if a guy is bigger than you, it's very hard to fight him is Burn Notice.
Okay.
Because, like, our spy, Michael Weston, is a great fighter, but he fought a lot of guys twice as big as him. He's like, oh shit, my punches don't do anything. Like,
Okay, so Jamie, she does eject the drunk, sleazy patron from the strip club, which seems to be
yeah.
like her doing a good job. Yet she gets fired for doing this.
I think the boss wanted to talk to her before that. I think she was getting downsized anyway.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
think
Well,
that's what was happening. Also, I would want
yeah.
sorry, I got to backtrack a little bit. Before all that happens, she drives her Ford Explorer, which
Okay.
was very early 2000s, to drop her son off at Empire University,
Yes.
which is the same name as the university Spider-Man went to.
Oh,
I'm just like, oh,
really?
yeah, yeah, Spider-Man went to Empire. I think he started going in like 68 and didn't graduate until like 2000.
Hmm.
But that she is trying to get him to be like, more fun, outdoorsy, have,
Yeah.
stop having his nose in a book all the time.
Yep.
And then she has a line like, listen, I don't want you to go be on Little Geniuses Gone Wild or anything like that. And it was just like, oh, right, 2008. We still had Girls Gone Wild videos and all
We
that
sure
stuff.
did.
It was just one of the many, like, beautifully terrible lines in the first act of this movie. I think that brings us back to the college.
Yes, yes. So we see Riley in class and we
Uh-huh.
meet Dr. Clark for the first time. She's our
Now,
lady scientist.
did you recognize Lady Scientist Dr. Clark?
No, should I have?
So that is Tracy Gold. People know her for three things. One, she was the daughter on Growing Pains. Two, she flipped over her car while drunk and had to do a
Oh.
bunch of community service. And three, she had a lot of struggles with anorexia. Pretty
Yeah,
much,
that sounds familiar. Wait, let me look.
yeah, Tracy Gold. She was one of the Seavers. It was Jason and Maggie, and then there was Kirk Cameron, and then there was like the little one, and she was like the middle Seaver kid.
Oh, she looks totally different in the. Oh, she had that perfect 80s like
Yeah,
perm
that perm, yeah.
situation. Okay, no, I did not recognize her as a full-grown adult with blonde hair.
As all college classes do, she had her name tag stuck on her in one of those like, party name tag
Yeah, that was
stickers.
pretty funny.
I was like, yeah, sure, this is
But
how
it was
college.
effective. Her name's Dr. Clark.
Yeah, that's the character's name. We remember easily. Well, they say Riley like constantly,
Yeah, they
and
do. They do. All right, so Dr. Clark's expertise lays in solar activity. So she's giving a lecture about solar
uh,
flares, with the damage it could possibly do. I think we're all
it's
familiar.
it is full on birdemic energy at this point, right? Like
Yes.
this is an environmental danger. And this is
Yeah.
when we see Riley's like handwritten notes to hand to Tracy Gold and say like, here
Yeah.
are my notes. He doesn't even say like I don't have a computer or anything like that. He's just like I did it all in longhand because a machine can't do it. It's like a machine can still type, you idiots. What are you doing?
You know, computers, they're so dumb.
It's-
And they can't do like basic, calculations.
what I think what he meant to say is Fred Olin Ray's printer was out of ink. It only can print in Cerulean right now, so we have to hand you this handwritten notebook.
Riley is too old of a character to do that nonsense. Like, if he were like 5 years younger, if it was a 10-year-old, like a
Yeah.
handwritten report would be cute because like a 10-year-old maybe would not have known any better and would have like used the computer for the calculations but written a handwritten report. That
You
would
know
have been
how
adorable.
you know how much harder it is to have a minor on set though?
How old is Christopher Olin Ray in 2008?
In 2008, I think he was probably 30 because
Oh,
I think he's a little older than us.
oh, right, right, right,
But
right, right.
he does
Okay.
have younger kids though too, because he did
Yeah.
shove one of his younger sons into the dog suit in Abner the Invisible Dog.
Yeah.
So
So he's got grandkids, right? Like, stick one of them
he's
in.
just got multiple wives and multiple kids of generations. So
Okay, but here we are. We've got like a 15-year-old played by a 20-year-old with a handwritten report in 2008. For any listeners who do not remember school in 2008, I graduated from college with a bachelor's in 2004, and for the last 4 years of my schooling, everything was typewritten.
yeah,
So I did manage to handwrite essays in high school, but like in the year 2000, there was like a pretty good like we're doing computers now, everybody get on board.
yeah. Other than like I graduated in 2001, and other than notes, I don't think I hand wrote anything. So
Yeah. You were more advanced than me. I think you had like a computer in high school. Is that right?
I did not know.
No?
I
Oh,
bought my first computer right before I went to college
yeah.
with Burger King money, and it was
Nice.
the very first iMac when they only came in one color. It was
Hmm.
that weird turquoise, and you
Yep.
couldn't it came with a weird round mouse where you never knew which direction you were holding the
I hated
mouse.
those mice. Those were the worst. Apple is the worst. Okay, great. Dr.
So
Clark flips through the report and she's like, "How did you do this?" She is so impressed.
she is very impressed instantly too.
Yes.
Is this when
Yeah.
we jump to Riley and the coach?
Yes. So
Okay.
Riley's in trouble at school because he's a minor, and as a minor, you have to like pass some basic phys ed tests, which
Uh-huh.
he failed, and so now he's got a phys ed tutor named Corey.
This kid has like the Justin Bieber haircut and
Yeah.
like kind of baggy clothes.
Yeah.
But this actor is like got a six pack, right? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's got that kind of
this
shape.
guy
Yeah.
looks like he can do one arm push-ups. But anyway, he gets a trainer who is almost his same age, who's played by oh gosh, I don't have his name written down, but he is one of the cadets from Malcolm in the Middle, is basically all he's known for.
Really?
Yeah. So there's when Francis is with Commandant Spangler and all those, there's just a group of kids around, and there is one black kid that's kind of important, and he's the other black kid. Like he doesn't really. I think
Ouch.
his name was Joe. Yeah, there's like blonde kid, and like it's just a mix of them, and some of them have personalities, and he's just kind of one of the background ones that doesn't really have a personality. So
All right, I just looked it up. Kassan Butcher.
Hassan Butcher, yeah. And here I was watching this, and I was like, huh, is this where the gay stuff's happening? Well, if he's 15 and this guy's playing like 30, it's probably inappropriate.
Right,
So
right.
I hope it's not that, but
And it's not that. We do a calisthenics montage.
they do. I mean, there's a little homoeroticism going on here,
I
though, right?
guess. But it's also just exercise.
Yeah, I guess all exercise is gay, is what I'm saying. At one point, I want to say it might be at this scene. Riley has a line like, "Mathematics gives me a language to express what I see," and I was just like, "Yes, 100%." This entire movie is people just narrating the movie and
Hmm.
people speaking the subtext of the movie and people
Yeah.
saying things that no human being would ever say. Like it's
Yeah.
every bit of dialogue is nail on the head, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they work on Riley's ability to catch a ball. By the end of the
Hmm.
movie, Riley can catch a ball. That's
Yeah.
growth.
That's a character arc.
Yeah, it
Perfect.
sure
Setup
is.
and payoff. And I think about now is when we introduce the star of this podcast.
Are we gonna do season 6 and it's just a Ted Monty season?
I don't know. I think every season has been the Ted Monty season.
All right, here's what happened. I was writing my notes. I was like, all right, get the solar flare. No, solar destruction. Okay, it's 2008. And as the credits are going, and then I look up at the credits and it says Ted Monty. And I was like, okay, I'm looking for Ted Monty now.
I'm on the hunt for Monty.
His name is in this movie is Marshall Pryor of
Uh-huh.
Pryor Industries. So it's a massive corporation, family owned, Nepo babies in all positions of
Yeah.
power.
He's
Um,
playing Donald Trump Jr.
that's right. He's on site because he's making a generous donation to Empire University. So there's like a university guy
Mhm.
introducing Marshall to like people of interest, including Dr. Clark. So we get them to meet and get a little bit of backstory.
Yeah. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Mhm.
Empire University should be in the Empire State. But this Empire University was founded by the Empire Carpet Man, who moved out to California after he retired. This is the backstory I've created.
You had me going in the first half.
805.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Dr. Clark, she's got a lab dedicated to studying the sun, but the prior family cut funding to her lab, and so she's like, I don't like you. And Marshall's like, oh, well, that was a wrong. We got to make it right. So right now we're like, is Marshall Pryor like a heart of gold person in an evil family? And we play with that until later when that's not true. And Ted
Yeah.
Monty does like the most like evil guy acting I've ever seen him do.
Yeah, so his arc is weird because it looks like
Yeah.
he's trying to, like, when we first meet him, it looks like he's trying to do right in his evil family.
Yes.
And then we witness him, like, have these one-sided phone conversations where he's
Mhm.
basically being bullied by his father and, like, seeking his father's approval. And then he
Mhm.
has all these, like, crash outs where he starts punching and kicking some random's car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And then after that point though, he's just like evil and has a gun and like talking about like he won't face any consequences because he's rich, which again, we know, but hey. So
And he's just like, I didn't understand or and I okay, we definitely set up a a possible romance between Marshall and Jamie because he's having this like phone call where he's like one-sided phone call where he's getting bullied and Jamie witnesses this in the parking lot
oh
and
yeah.
I was just thinking like, oh yeah, she can like see the struggles this man is going through as a child of a overbearing father and relate that to her own son's struggles to fit in, and that went nowhere.
Yeah.
So that scene was not
Yeah,
worth.
there was really no reason for Jamie to be in that scene, huh?
Right, that's
Uh,
correct.
Yeah, she was like he was having this whole conversation in the parking lot, and
Yeah.
Jamie just was pulling up to the parking lot, and she was like, just so she could deliver a line, like, "Wow, this has been a day, huh?" Like,
Right. Yeah. It's just like if you're not gonna have a romance, don't tease the romance.
or
Okay, but
anything, like,
yeah.
yeah.
So we also meet another character. I think this is our final like big character, Klein. He's in the solar
Mhm.
flare lab with Dr. Clark. He's like working for Dr. Clark. Okay.
Yeah.
He's so excited because he says he's secured their entire budget. And what it turns out is he talked to Marshall, got funding for the budget because this is Marshall righting the wrong. Dr. Clark is like, no, that's dirty money. We can't take it. But Klein's like, come on,
And
money's money.
once again, we have a pipeline of
Mhm.
people who were in 70s productions of Hair who are now in Fred Olen Ray movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is Cliff DeYoung, who is an actor slash musician. He hasn't done anything super huge, or he's got like small parts in big stuff, and like I don't know what people would actually know him from, but he did play Brad
Hmm.
in the sequel to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Shock Treatment. Most people don't even know that there is a sort of sequel to the Rocky Horror
I mean,
Picture
I just
Show.
learned 5 seconds ago that there was. The plot starts to like actually pick up steam here.
Uh,
Dr. Clark has read Riley's report and now she's monitoring her sun equipment.
and she's like, "Holy shit, there's going to be a really bad solar flare in 18 hours."
Riley evidently in his like 5-page report, handwritten, has predicted a series of solar flares. So she sees one happen exactly as predicted, and she's like, okay, everything else in here is true as fact. I gotta call the NSF.
Yeah,
And I imagine the NSF is the National Science Foundation. It's not clarified.
sure,
Okay.
why not?
Her goal is to make this information widely public so that everybody can prepare for the solar flare. We learn later in drips and drabs that a solar flare of this size can cause fires in oil pipelines and problems in nuclear facilities.
And basically treating it like a worldwide EMP.
Yeah,
So you have to turn off all your electronics or else everything will be fried.
we'll just say that's true. But nobody's going to take her call because she sounds like a fucking crackpot from an 80s sitcom.
Yeah.
What to do? What to do? So Klein
Okay,
says, talk to Marshall Pryor. He's got wealth and resources to make this info public.
yeah, and he has connections, so you can talk to somebody important.
Exactly.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Riley has fallen in gay love with his trainer.
He can pick up a ball now. Yay.
He's like, look how athletic I am. It's like, okay, that was easy. It took 35 minutes. So he invites him over for dinner.
hmm
And there's a whole bit about like where the mom names gross things and they have pizza instead.
hmm
And then it looks like the mom is gonna hook up with the coach.
Yeah.
I love these movies too, where like the mom can't hold a job and she was like a teenage pregnancy
Yeah.
and they live in just a perfectly nice, clean house.
Such an expensive, beautiful home. Perfectly kept. Nothing out of
Yeah.
place.
It's like you don't live in a shitty apartment in a bad part of town. It's like, no, it's a suburban,
hmm
like 3 bedroom house. Like, okay, yeah.
And the gall of this mother to have lines saying, I wish I could have provided more for you. Like, what?
You have to
It's,
go to public school.
they're living in the lap of luxury
Well,
on
and
a
so
bouncer, a strip club bouncer salary somehow.
she's like, I would have sent him to the best private schools. He's in college at age 15. What do you want?
Yeah.
How much more do you want out of this kid?
His biggest problem is he can't catch a ball.
This kid's acting makes me a little uncomfortable. Like, it's like dipping a toe into like weird spectrum acting.
I guess. Yeah, yeah.
He's a little Sheldon Cooper. I
I
don't
think at
know.
this time Asperger's was still like
We still called it
we
Asperger's.
still called it Asperger's and we considered it its own thing instead of like a placement on a broader spectrum.
Yeah, but like every once in a while, it dips a toe into simple Jack territory too.
Yeah.
I'm not really like, oh,
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. He's just reading. No, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
it's it's weird as hell.
Electric lights and TV screens start to flicker kind of randomly.
Yeah, because the solar flare that's coming towards the Earth basically has pre-aftershocks, like an earthquake, and it's all these warnings and such.
Yeah.
So
And at one point, somebody looks out of the window and sees the aurora borealis, bright green, down in LA, I guess,
yeah, sure.
which would be quite shocking because we had, I think I mentioned earlier, we had like a lot of solar activity this year. And so we were able to see some aurora, not me, obviously, because I'm super lame, didn't know about it, but like people got pictures in Chicago
Yeah,
of really like stellar aurora borealis stuff.
yeah. If you were out at the point in Hyde Park at midnight on one of those nights, I guess you could see stuff. But
Yeah.
I get up at before 5, so I'm not staying up.
Also, let's just get this out of the way. While they're looking at the sky, periodically in this movie, there's explosions in the sky. And it was like, okay, this is like a computer graphic explosion. Is this just like throw it in there because we can? But no, airplanes are exploding.
Oh, right, an airplane explodes.
Like at least three or four of these airplanes explode, and we're just looking at like everything's normal, but there's airplanes exploding in the sky. That was just like the most like bonkers part of this movie.
You could have done that as your like train crash setup too, because
Yes.
airlines probably require more electronics to stay in the air. I'm assuming. I don't know. I guess
Yeah.
lift is all that, but like,
Like if you lose your autopilot, then everybody has to like fly for real, and then you get a lot more human error. So
yeah.
that's a very real risk.
And I'm assuming all your instruments are digital now, so you don't even
Yeah.
know.
And then can the pilots actually communicate with the control towers? So, and
Yeah.
if they can't, then that's a real big deal. You get some crashes. Okay, but that
Yeah.
no, we didn't do any of that.
We're
Airplanes just
rewriting
kind
this
of.
movie. It's going to be great.
All right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Tracy Gold meets Ted Monty and basically figures out that
He's a bad guy.
he's a bad guy because he wants to like hold this information, use it to protect all his businesses, and fuck everybody else.
And she is somehow shocked. She's like, "Can't you like she shows her entire hand. She's like, there's this 15-year-old genius and the solar flare's coming and we got to make it public. People are going to die." And so he's just like,
Oh
"Let
yeah,
me clarify."
here's the turn too because he's like, "Oh, let me talk to this 15-year-old genius," and she's
Mhm.
like, "Well, I don't think so." And I'm like, how many 15-year-olds go to that university that he
Right.
like funds? He
Yeah.
can find him.
He can
Like,
totally do that. Yes.
and I don't remember if it's this scene or not, but Ted Bundy has like a meltdown. Like he crashes out and he says like, "Yeah, you're treating me like a renewable resource." Like what? What? I love it. I love that.
All right, so Dr. Clark, she's very upset. She's flipping out. This conversation happened in a limo. Marshall's got two limos parked in the same street, obviously. So when he's done with her, one of his goons pulls a gun on her, is gonna like keep her quiet, right? Keep
Yeah.
an eye on her. While Marshall goes to like figure out who Riley is.
I don't remember if he says this to the mom or Tracy Gold. I think Ted Monty says this to the scientist.
Yeah.
In the single most nail on the headline in this movie, he says, "You are a broke single woman with nothing to lose, and I am a businessman."
Right. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
He said that to Dr. Clark. Yes.
Yeah, that was okay, great. Yeah, yeah.
Not respected scientist, not head of a research lab, broke single woman. Like,
And I am a busy businessman. Numbers, numbers, business.
as if it's something to be respected. Like, as if he like knows what he's doing instead of being yelled at by his dad and like running people's careers into the
This
ground in
is this is the
successive waves of
vicious
layoffs.
this is the vicious cycle of bullying, Meredith, I think.
I guess so.
Yeah, well, Dr. Clark has to have her very fancy escape
The
from
limo electronics go wild
yeah,
once
the
you
doors start
start
locking and
opening
unlocking all the time.
because it's
And
controlled by electronics, which is
because it could,
controlled
yeah,
by the sun.
exactly. It's all controlled by the sun. So like she hits the bodyguard, like keeping her hostage in the back of the limo with a soft leather bag
Hmm.
and escapes, even though the doors are locking and unlocking, they're unlocked at this point and it's no
Hmm.
trouble at all.
Yep.
And she runs away, and the guy they just straight up shoot at her
Yeah.
in the middle of
On a college campus.
and my favorite guy, the limo driver, gets out of the car and just watches her run away, and he's like, "I'm just paid to drive." So she's being chased by the bodyguard with the gun. She's shot in the arm and she's
Yeah.
being like fired at. So she jumps out the second story of
Hmm.
this parking garage
Yeah.
and does a full-on superhero landing onto the
Yes.
grass.
She's like super athletic.
Yeah, as all scientists are because they all have coaches from Malcolm in the Middle.
That's true. Somebody stops for
Yeah.
her. We never see the driver. Drives
But we
our
do
way.
have like a voiceover like this.
Yeah, sure
So
does.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been Fred Olen Ray talking into a microphone. I don't know.
Sure.
So now we've got a race because Ted Monty is talking to the school to get the address of this kid,
Yeah.
and she somehow knows the address of the kid. Is it written on his
It's
notebook or
probably
something?
written on the report. Yeah.
If lost, please return to Santa Clarita, California, 123 Fake Street. So she gets there right away.
At
The
night. The sun just like flips off.
Yeah, now I don't know if the guy she hitchhiked with drove her straight there instead of, the hospital since she's got a gunshot wound. But like, yeah, she comes in like a crazy person saying
Yeah.
like, people are gonna tell you all sorts of crazy stuff.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
and then Ted Monty shows up with the cops.
Yep. They just walk right in.
They
No
just want,
invitation.
yeah, yeah, you gotta invite cops in. They're like vampires.
They are exactly like vampires. They will kill you.
Except some vampires are good. But Ted Monty, I think he does this at least 3 times, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, things are going well. I'm gonna send away all my backup now. Because he sends the
Yeah.
cops away
Yeah.
and he's like, look, I want to give your son a good job. I want this information. And to show you I'm serious, he pulls out a stack of like $2,000 bills that he just
Yeah.
had in a manila envelope ready to
Like
go.
businessmen do.
Yeah, it's like, here, what would $2,000 change your mind? Like,
So, oh, okay. So Dr. Clark, she's looking at all this. She's like, what?
you can't go with you can't go with him. He's
No.
bad. He's a bad guy. He shot me in the arm 20 minutes ago.
She's like, isn't it self-evident? So Jamie, she's got a poker face. She's like, oh, okay, great. Since you have $2,000, obviously you're on the up and up. Riley, go upstairs and pack a bag. And so Corey also follows Riley upstairs to pack a bag. It's in quote finger.
The coach's name is Corey?
Yeah, Corey. Yeah.
Okay, Coach Corey, got it. Yeah, and she's like, I'm gonna go make everybody some scotches. And the first thing you
Yes.
do when you make scotches is you boil water.
Is this just random stuff that the actors are doing, or is it for a reason? And it's like a sort of both.
And yeah, and then Jamie says to Tracy Gold, says, all right, now you take this
Kettle.
scalding hot water
Yeah.
and you protect yourself. I'm going to take care of these guys, but you have this scalding hot water to throw in their face.
Yeah. Marshall, Ted Monty, and one goon. So she's making like two scotches. So she's got two glasses. So she pours a little scotch in and then like tops it up with bleach because that's not going to smell suspicious.
Oh, she tops it with bleach. I missed that part.
I'm
And then
guessing it was bleach. I looked up and I saw it was like, that's a bleach like bottle. Okay.
okay, because I didn't see her do that. I
Yeah.
thought like she threw it in their faces. I was like, oh, is it just because it's scotch? And then I saw later on in the movie he
Mhm.
had like
Bleach stains
bleached
on his
out
shirt.
bleach
Yeah.
stains on his shirt. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, wait, was that from the boiling water? Did she pour the boiling water in there? But anyway, they've got like,
Bleach is such a powerful smell. Like there is no way. Like you're coming in with two glasses of bleach scotch and everybody's acting normal.
yeah. But anyway, they have like a Power Rangers cafe style
Yes.
fight.
Yeah, she throws the drinks in the faces of the goon and Marshall. Marshall runs away and now she's just fighting the goon.
And she's actually having trouble fighting the goon
Hmm.
because he is 3 times bigger than her.
Hmm.
Uh,
But Dr.
and
Clark comes in.
yeah, like the goon is on top of her and like strangling her, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
And then Dr. Clark comes in and just kind of pushes the kettle at the guy's face.
Hmm.
And even though it's scalding hot, it doesn't burn him or anything like that. It
Hmm.
just instantly knocks him out. No, none of the
Yes.
water even spills.
Yep.
I thought she was just gonna like pour it on his neck or something like that,
Ooh, ooh, yeah, that would
but
work.
but yeah, the fact that there's scalding water does not matter at
It
all.
doesn't.
Like,
No, no. That's an empty kettle that that actress used.
yeah. So
Okay,
why
but so
why why would you boil the water? Like, I don't.
yeah, I don't know. The goon in his snooping saw in Riley's room that the window was open and like tied up bed sheets formed a rope outside. So he's like, they're gone, and then, then the fight starts. But what actually happened is Riley and Corey just hid in another room after staging the escape. So now our group is together. We got Jamie, Dr. Clark, Corey, Riley, and they need to go do something. What are they doing? Where's my notes?
They I think they're going
They're going to the
back.
lab.
They're going back to the lab.
Yeah. And Jamie picks up a gun, I think from the goon. I think she gets her gun
Yeah.
from the goon here.
Oh, and Dr. Clark says, she calls up her labby partner and says, "You have the report? I want you to shred it because Riley's got the report memorized, and then we'll only have the only copy."
Yeah.
And all right, okay.
Yeah, great. Shred it. Yeah. Put that plastic cover through the shredder. You see how that works out.
He'll take off the laminate cover.
I don't know.
He's a scientist.
That's what I'm saying.
He's gonna take out the brass brads. He'll take care of it all. If you've got a good enough shredder, you can put all that shit in there, I'm
But,
sure.
hey, they're an underfunded science
They are.
solar lab.
They don't even have a shredder. They've just
They
got
don't
one of
have a
those
shredder.
big paper cutter like machete
Oh,
things
yeah.
that
That we were all allowed to use as children?
I that is just a slasher movie prop,
I
that is
know.
like,
It was so satisfying to use those, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially to cut off kids' fingers.
No, it's like really, it's just like, but if you got like the perfect stack of paper that wasn't like a sheet too much, and you got like the smooth cut, like, ooh, so nice.
It's the noise, the swoop. That's
Yes.
that's a good swoop noise.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, also a horror prop. Okay. But all right. So now we're on a race to the lab. So our group wants to get into the lab, but the whole situation is being patrolled by Marshall's goons. They're acting as security guards.
Uh-huh.
Um, we think I lost the thread a little bit. We think that Marshall plans to sell Riley's report to Simon Jensen of Picast. I don't know who Simon Jensen is. I don't know what Picast is. Are we supposed to know?
They explain something at some point, but yeah,
Okay.
like, because when they're in the house together, they're talking about like Simon Jensen just happens to be in town. And then
Yeah.
he explains who Simon Jensen is. He's like on the like science advisory council or something like that.
Mhm.
And then Coach Corey's like, "Oh, wow, Simon Jensen, that's a big deal." And that's pretty much all we know.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So
That
yeah.
okay, good.
So instead of just hoarding the information for himself, he's going to sell it to the government for a profit.
Okay.
which is probably more moral than what they thought he was going to do.
Yeah.
A guy who has money wants more money. So the story of the world.
I know. It's just like it's so like time constrained because like when a solar flare like goes, there's like a few hours before it gets to Earth, right? Like a day or so
It takes 8 minutes
for light,
for light to reach the Earth.
but not the flare stuff.
Why? What's in the flare stuff?
Like actual particles and because we have like more than 8 minutes warning when there's going to be like a big aurora borealis. So there's more stuff coming that interacts with the atmosphere.
Oh.
Like I'm not a scientist, but I know
You're
that
wait. You told me you were a scientist.
I do have my master's is in science. Information science.
Okay, according to Reddit, the word that makes the internet work, coronal mass ejections take 3 days to reach the Earth, while light only takes a few minutes.
And by a few, they mean eight, because a few
Yeah.
means only four.
Few is three. Come on, some. Four is some.
But like if it's 8 minutes, just say 8 minutes. Like the speed of light is
Yeah,
constant. We know it takes 8 fucking minutes.
that's two sums.
So, okay, our group is
Uh-huh.
now in the parking lot. There's the goons. So one goon waylays them. He holds a gun on them. Jamie, because she's the badass, like tiny little woman, she engages in a physical fight, gets a little bit of an assist from Corey, the coach, and everything's fine. They're in. They're into the lab. They're in the hallways. So they're not in the lab area specifically, but they're in the hallways, okay? There's
Uh-huh.
more goons in the hallways. So they got to fight another one. And it's kind of a group effort, but like not really because
Eh,
only Jamie's fighting, but Riley gets to punch this goon. And so he's like manning up, I guess, or he's
Yeah, and
growing
he's
up.
like, the things you taught me really work.
Yeah.
Because she has a whole speech to him about like attack the eyes and the groin, and he's like, and I punched him in the jaw. That works too. Because
He's learning.
he's going full simple Jack here. And at one point, a goon has Riley in like a rear headlock sort of
Yeah, yeah,
situation, like
yeah.
a rear naked choke. So his mom just does like a flying knee to Riley's face that knocks the goon out for some
Oh,
reason.
I thought I like misunderstood what happened. So she really did like clock Riley.
It looked like she clocked Riley, and then
Wow.
she says something sorry to him, but for some reason it hurt the goon more than Riley. So
I don't think
there,
that's how physics works.
there's no time for a take two, is what we're saying here.
I guess so. But okay, so the goons are down. We've got our group.
Yeah.
Dr. Clark sees a coded message on one of those fire escape route postings that are in institutional buildings where you get a map of the building and then it says you are here and like here's a fire escape. So she sees like some handwritten stuff, a peace sign and a pi sign. And she's
Uh-huh.
like, this is Klein's code to me.
So they meet up with Dr. Klein,
Which,
immediately
yeah.
like is looking at the gun and is like, wow, this is a cool gun,
hmm
and then takes about 2 minutes to turn on them.
Yep.
If Klein's already in on it, why even have the goons?
To keep Dr. Clark in the dark?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Well, there's a
He's
third
he
goon. Corey gets shot, so he's kind of like out of commission. Like he had dressed
yeah.
up like goon number two, like stole the suit, stole the gun, but he got shot. Now, Klein, Dr. Clark, Jamie, and Riley, they're gonna go interrupt this supposed meeting between Marshall and Simon Jensen, and they're leaving Corey behind to rest because he got shot.
And I had forgotten that they had done that whole thing where Corey put on the black suit
Yeah.
of one of the goons that
Yeah.
somehow still fits him fine.
It fit
And
perfectly. It was like his own suit. Yeah.
and then they do the whole like stormtroopers taking in Chewbacca, like, oh no, we've got him prisoner. Where do we take him? But none of that really matters.
No, nothing matters. I mean,
Nothing
we're
matters.
just
We meet Ted Monty, who's got the bleach soaked clothes still. He hasn't changed.
his face is red because he's got
Yeah.
chemical burns in his eye area. The, the
That's
shirt
pretty
is
good
like,
makeup for this.
yeah, it really, I mean, it looked like he had a bad time with that bleach in his
Yeah.
face and also a bad time with the bleach on his dress shirt. Okay, but now everybody knows it's double cross. There is no Simon Johnson. It's just Marshall and Klein's on his side. And there's guns
Yeah.
pointed at everybody. Marshall gets on the walkie-talkie and radios for his goons. Corey hears this because he's got one of the goons' walkie-talkies. So he's like, oh,
Yeah.
I gotta go be in business again. So he like gets up and heads out. All of this from going to get pizza and Dr. Clark showing up has happened at night,
Yeah.
but now it's daytime.
Oh, was it daytime already?
It's daytime already. Some crazy stuff's been happening that we don't even know about. Planes exploding in the sky. No idea.
And no one's even yawning.
There's been no extended period of rest or
Yeah.
waiting. Anyway, so Marshall cuts a deal with Jamie and Riley. We're
Yeah.
gonna like wait out the solar flare stuff safely, and they leave
Yeah.
Clark and Klein behind. So like he like takes Jamie and Riley out to the limo, and Clark and Klein are like, "We'll wait it out in the basement," and Klein's feeling like super like used and betrayed and lost and sad,
Yeah.
but like Clark forgives him.
Now he's being treated like a non-renewable resource.
In
So
the
he does a
limbo.
big sloppy big guy cry.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He had his arc, I guess. I don't know.
Is it an arc?
No.
Who has an arc here? Who's got an arc in this movie?
Riley learns how to catch a ball.
That's true.
I think that's important.
Riley and Jamie are in the limo with Ted Monty. Ted Monty's got a gun on them, but the driver of the limo is Corey.
Oh, right. I was
Yeah.
like, how does this movie end? And then
Yeah.
it's like it ends with the Undertaker putting down the limo glass and saying, "Where to, Stephanie?" Ah! So yeah, he points his gun at Ted Monty,
Uh-huh.
who's still got a gun on everybody, and he just gives up right away because all rich people are cowards.
Yes.
So
Jamie's got a goal. Use Marshall, Ted Monty, to get in front of the most powerful person available within a 1 hour radius so that they can drive to that powerful like, okay.
yeah, and he's like,
Yeah.
I guess I can talk to the mayor. And they're like, great, because the mayor can talk to the governor, and then the governor can talk to the president. Cut to like them talking to the president or something. I don't know.
Jamie and Riley immediately get an audience with the mayor, and
Yeah,
the mayor can pick up a phone, and that's ringing the president directly.
it's like the bat phone. Yeah, the mayor of Santa Clarita has a phone that just calls directly to the president. Why do you think they still have landlines?
It's just a normal black phone. It wasn't like a red phone or anything.
Oh no, in my version, I watched the Amazon version. It's a red phone underneath a cake dome. And you gotta pull up the cake dome.
So, it's something. Okay. So that's all fixed.
Yep. Then we cut to them like waiting in a closet full of cans and stuff that could easily fall on them while the solar flare happens.
There's like an earthquake, which I thought it was just an earth because the solar flare can't cause an earthquake.
I don't know. I'm not an expert in solar flares. Maybe it
It's
can.
just that I guess if it exploded like a transformer that was next to their building, it would shake the building.
Well, as you all know, the Democrats have a machine that controls the weather. They probably have an earthquake machine too, and the solar
I
flare just caused
guess.
the earthquake machine to vibrate. There are multiple times in this movie where, since we don't have that many locations, we cut to crowd shots in the titty bar to
That's
people watching a
right.
TV
Yes.
for some reason. You got to be with your loved ones in these trying times. Yeah, and I say it's a strip club. There's like one scene with the stripper in it, and
Yeah.
she's just wearing a bikini, and it is definitely a PG-13 movie.
And that scene happens at like something like 7 or 8 in the morning.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, she
Strip
drops them
club's
off at
full
school, so
swing.
it could be at like 9:30.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
and that guy
Uh,
is drunk too at 9 o'clock in the morning. So,
what if
like,
it's a 24-hour strip club?
are you
It's
allowed
a
to? I don't know
casino.
the California strip club rules.
Me neither. Cut to
Uh,
1 month later.
oh, right. We have an epilogue for
We
some
got an
reason.
epilogue.
So, yeah, we have this massive disaster that we've been building up the whole movie that we really don't even show.
Mhm.
And then we immediately cut to 1 month later where,
Everybody's at Jamie and Riley's home. So Corey, Dr. Clark, Jamie, Riley, they're having fun. Jamie asks Dr. Clark if she likes lasagna, so that's the gay subtext, I guess. And then they play catch, and everybody's happy. The end.
yeah. So towards the end, after they've they're telling the mayor and stuff like that around that time, Ted Monty and the coach have a confrontation where Ted Monty's like being hauled away by the police, and he says, "I'm rich. I won't suffer any consequences.
Yeah.
I will be out of here by dinner time."
Yeah.
And then Ted Monty spits on the coach, and that's the scene.
Mhm.
Like,
I mean, that's really literally what happens with
it's
yeah.
it's just like, oh, we can't even have the rich people suffer consequences in a movie. Come on.
No, this is hyper
Yeah,
realism.
he
Yeah.
spits on him and then says, "Hey, you spit on me, cop." And Ted Bundy looks at the cop. "Do you see anything?" Cop says, "No." He knows who pays his salary.
That's right.
It is nihilistic, this movie.
But no, it's accurate. It's accurate to what happens.
Where are my everyday gay heroes to save us from this?
They are also being persecuted. Let's rate this movie.
Oh, let's do it. Fucking A.
Let's start with sense making because I'm torn on this. Does this movie make sense to you?
This movie makes as much sense as any other disaster movie. Like the plot, it follows a logical progression, even if the characters, even if the world that these people inhabit doesn't really make any sense. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's a six
Okay.
at point. Yeah, six. I was gonna give it higher, but no.
No. I mean, the planes are exploding. Why? I don't
Yeah.
know. Effort. How much effort are people putting in?
They were corny, but at least they put some effort into fight scenes for the first time in a Fred Olen Ray movie.
Yeah.
And because like so many times we just get like two guys kind of like shoving at each other a little bit, and that's about the
Yeah.
extent of the fight scene.
Yeah.
Everything was shot that I could see it and like lit. Solid work by the Direwolf cinematographer. Not
Nice.
anything exceptional, but yeah. So effort. Well, I'll say six. Fine. I think this might be sixes across the board. Like,
Ooh, demonic.
uh-huh.
Production value.
I'm gonna, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say seven for this one because we've seen like it kind of looked like a real movie.
It sure did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I am seeing like it looked like Sharknado. Yeah.
yeah. And as much as Sharknado, it looks like a real movie, and some like it had fewer of the special effects, so it or visual effects,
Yeah.
so it was less embarrassing
Okay.
than Sharknado would be. Like Sharknado just has that corny stuff thrown in on purpose at this point, so
Well, that's what people are watching it for. Yeah.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
got it.
So
Got it. Okay. Entertainment value.
I think this is a six. I think like the first act, it's so like goofy, the dialogue and everything is so on the head,
Yeah.
nail on the head that it's fun. It sags a little bit in the middle and
Yeah.
feels a little longer than its 85-minute runtime or whatever it is. So, but you know, it's fine. This is
That's fair.
fine. Yeah.
You just rated this movie 6.667.
So, oh, yeah.
I know about the children through rumor.
I think six,
Okay.
seven is dead.
It will be by the time this podcast comes
Yeah,
out.
definitely, definitely.
All right. What are any other notes on this movie before we
Uh,
talk about next time?
I don't think so. This movie was just kind of there.
It
It's
sure was.
You know, it seemed like a cheaper version of what was the one we watched with all the stolen footage with Treat Williams? Like
Oh, right, the Terminator 2 stolen footage. Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah, and
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah. It felt like one of those without the
Hmm.
stolen footage. So,
Hmm.
you know, that's fine. It might be better than that because, you know, you're not relying on somebody changing their jacket in order to match up the scene that has been previously shot 10 years ago. So,
Yeah. I
critical
do like
mass.
original content.
I don't know if this is original content at any point, but
Well, they filmed it.
they filmed it. Yeah, they filmed it. They filmed their own content. Yeah.
They filmed their own content. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so next week is our big Christmas finale where we're actually going to be watching a Christmas movie that will be set on Earth, exceptionally so. It is a little film called Holiday Road Trip, and I have booked us a guest who is a former Klingon and who is a Second City alum.
Nice.
And some of the listeners of this podcast will already know who I'm talking about, but Meredith won't.
I do not know who you're
So
talking about. All right, surprise me.
surprise you, yeah.
Do I have to put on makeup for this guest?
I don't think so.
Okay, great. Love it.
I'm sure
Love this guest already.
he'll probably be wearing pajama pants, so don't worry.
Amazing.
Yeah, we did it,
We did it, guys. We did it.
and the everyday gay heroes were the friends we made along the way.
All
Good
right.
times.
Until next time.
Until next time, I've been Kennedy,
I've been Mary.
and keep it Christmassy, ladies. Bye. That's the speed of light in a vacuum. The speed of light is not quite constant, so
What do you mean?
it's the speed of light in a vacuum.
Yeah, that's the speed of light.
Yeah, but like,
That's what we understand when we say the speed of light in the vacuum. We're not saying like speed of light, in
but like,
water. Like we would have to
yeah,
clarify.
that's why, yeah, because it
Yeah,
diffracts.
yeah, yeah. But that's
Not
all
diffracts.
of
That's
that's
the word I'm looking for.
understood
Yeah.
when we say the speed of light.
We have a physics professor who listens to this, so we're gonna get in trouble if we keep on talking, I think. So
Yeah, probably 8 minutes. Stuff
Oh,
in space.
like Christmas in space?
Christmas
See,
in space.
this is the most.
Going Over Our Freds was created and produced by us, Michael Kennedy and Meredith Halsey.
Our theme was composed and performed by Justin Nozick. Find more music for him at Bandcamp. Search for The Plague Physicians.
Artwork by Michael Kennedy. Special thanks to everyone who helped make the season possible, including the friends and family who let us watch these movies instead of this year's Academy Award nominees. And thank you for listening.
If you'd like to hear more from us, subscribe to Going Over Our Freds on your favorite podcast app. Follow us on Twitter at Goof Podcast, and find us on Instagram at Going Over Our Freds.
This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. For questions, comments, and complaints, email us at goingoverourfreds@gmail.com.
Thanks.